Topic of the day, sponsored by Hyundai. Dwayne Haskins wore number 7 at Ohio State, but that number hasn't been worn by a Redskins player since 1985. Joe Theismann was the last number 7 in Washington, and he won an MVP and a Super Bowl. Haskins asked Theismann if he could wear the number, and the former quarterback said, quote, "I've given him permission. Not that I feel like I needed to, but he was respectful enough to ask." So, Shannon,
Yes.
Are you surprised by this?
No. And it's a great gesture by Dwayne Haskins to reach out. It puts the player that wore the number in a very uncomfortable spot because say no. And then that gets out. He would let him, he thinks such ex-player. I mean, that was really nice of Joe. And I know Joe a little bit, that he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I have no problem with it. Couldn't be me. I mean, that was a nice gesture. But I remember, Skip, I got the number 2 retired at Savannah State. And a gentleman reached out to me. And I say, I really appreciate that. That was really a nice gesture for you to reach out for me.
But you said no.
Yeah, I say, yeah, but that's going to be a no. Because when Dr. Dozier, who was the president at the time, and she's retiring at this year, there's only 2 people that's going to get number 2 out of the rafters. I'm one of them. She's the other. So, no. But that was great.
Yes.
I appreciate Dwayne Haskins asking. For me, Skip, normally, if the number is retired, when Peyton Manning went to Denver, Frank Chapuka wore number 18, it was retired. He called Mr. Chapuka and asked, and he's like, "You have my blessing." You remember when Deshaun Watson went to Clemson, he reached out to Steve Fuller. It's the only number that I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's retired. No problem. But, numbers that hadn't been worn in a while, and I get it, but if you don't want anybody to wear it, they need to take it out of circulation. Joe Ellis, you hear that? 84, Denver.
Really? Oh, you want to be in the Ring of Honor or whatever?
I'm already in the Ring of Honor, Skip. I'm just saying I think 84 should be out of circulation.
Number. Really?
I'm just thinking.
Said that pretty clearly.
So you were the only Savannah State player ever drafted, right?
No. There've been a couple of guys drafted.
A couple? Only a couple?
Only a couple.
My Vanderbilt Commodores have like 5 a year. But go ahead.
How many of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? I don't know no Vanderbilt Commodore in the Hall of Fame. How many of y'all got up there?
New England just drafted one who's got a shot. But
Oh, so he about to be Ed Reed, huh?
Joanne Williams, just check him out.
Okay.
He got drafted before Greedy got drafted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Belichick traded up for him.
Okay.
Back to this question. When I first saw this headline, I was stunned by it because I know Joe Theismann very, very well because I worked with him for a long time at ESPN. And then I thought twice about, wait a second, it's Joe Theismann, who I will remind people who don't know this story, when he was at Notre Dame for a Heisman campaign, he actually changed the pronunciation of his last name from Theismann to Theismann to rhyme with Heisman.
He did.
So Joe did tend to occasionally lead the league in self-promotion, so I got to think that he thought...
He got a tiny ego.
Just a
He got a little tiny.
like a tiny ego about this size.
Yes.
And so I think Joe thought, 69 years of age, he's kind of a little out of circulation now. Well, maybe this will kind of bring me back into the mainstream focus. This will refocus on my greatness as a Redskin because he was really good. I'm going to remind everybody, he did get them to 2 Super Bowls, and they won the first one. That was 82 and 83, 1982 and 1983. And by the way, he was the NFL MVP in 1983. They went 14 and 2. He was 29 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. So again...
Oh, he can play.
Okay, if I'm Joe Theismann, I'm going to try to save Dwayne Haskins from himself and say, you know what, this is not the best idea for you because it might put even more pressure on you than you have already because I think Redskin Nation has just gone bonkers over, we stole Dwayne Haskins. And again, if Dwayne Haskins can have half the career that Joe Theismann had, he'll be pretty good. And I don't think he can have half the career.
You know that's not how it's going to come across. It's going to come across as Joe didn't want the kid to have the number. No one's...
Well, how did it come across for you at Savannah State?
I didn't care.
Okay, well, he shouldn't care.
Hold on.
Say, I did this.
No.
He should be offended that the kid would even have the audacity to say, can I wear 7?
Confident.
Well, yeah, he is. I will give him that. He might lead the rookie league in confidence.
The only way that number was ever going to come out is that if Sterling Sharp had a son that went to Savannah State, my son didn't want to play football, or if I would have somehow by you know, something unforeseen were to happen. I have a kid, maybe he go to Savannah State. But that number ain't coming up out the rafters, Skip.
Okay, what has Dwayne Haskins accomplished in his young football life?
He's married to the number, Skip. Sometimes guys get married to a number.
All right, fine. Dwayne Haskins started for all of one season at Ohio State. And it was a really good season, but he had a really good offensive line, and he had a track team of receivers. And I think he's being a little overrated to be even a first-round draft pick. I thought he was more of a second-round pick. So now, again, it sounded like his owner, Dan Snyder, just fell head over heels in love with him because he played at the high school at which Dan Snyder's sophomore son is now playing football. So there's that connection. And Dan Snyder needed marquee. He needed somebody he could sell. He needed a name, a face. The kid's got a great personality. He's great with the media. He's got a big new chip on his shoulder, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Skip, you know, look, when I first got to the league, well, they gave me number 1 in training camp, and you know when they give you them single-digit numbers, your low-round draft pick, they're just going to take that number and send you on your way. But I made the team, and they gave me 81. Well, my brother was 84. Ricky Nattil had 84. Well, obviously, he wasn't going to trade with no rookie to give me that number, but as soon as I could get it, when he wasn't going to, they weren't going to re-sign him, I went to Dan and asked, does he mind if I change numbers?
Dan Reeves,
right. He's like, I say, because my brother has that number. He's like, sure, no problem.
Okay.
So when I went to Baltimore, Jermaine Lewis had the number. I offered him, he and his wife, I said, I'll buy you and her matching Rolexes.
Okay.
He said no. Well, I wanted an even number. Frank Wainwright had the only other even number. He had 82. So I bought him a bass boat. And I got 82.
Seriously?
I did. That's what he wanted.
That's amazing.
Was it a used bass boat?
No, Brad.
That's expensive.
It was like a fishing boat. No.
You would
that's
find
still-
a used one.
No.
Okay.
But I had known Frank from Denver.
Okay.
So he was there. I was like, hey, we called him Freaky Frank. I said, Freaky Frank, I need 82. And he was just going to give it to him. I said, nah, bro, I don't want you to come up out it. This is what I do. I said, what? He's like, I like to fish. I said, well, I'll buy you a boat.
Oh, it's so nice of you. The number matters.
Yeah, you get mad. Skip, I don't want anything, you know. Like I got these shoes right here, Skip. You know, go shake.
Going back to the shoes.
What
I mean, that's what I do. Hey, you know, if I want to get something, I'm like, hey, Skip, let me get that right there. What you want for it? What you want for that watch?
It's out of your price range.
Oh, is that the one that dropped off your arm on national TV?
It's fixed.
Yeah. Oh, you won't tell nobody that.
I want a used bass boat. Can you get me
First
one?
of all, you don't fish.
I've never been on a bass boat.
First of all, you don't fish.
I did once upon a time, but it was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
what happened? Tell the people what happened to you when you went on that boat.
I didn't go out on a boat. I just fished from the dock.
Oh, you land? You shore fishing?
Yeah, I shore fished.
What was the analogy you used earlier? That you only get the little fish?
Yeah, that's all. That's
You
on
gotta
little
go out
fishing.
there.
You got to go to the deep. That's where I go.
I like fishing.
I go marlin fishing.
Really?
Yeah, I went to the Big Island. Caught 165 pounds.
I don't care, actually.
What don't you do?
You can't fish. That's why you don't care.
I was really good. I caught a bunch of fish.
I can feel a segment brewing.
Yeah.
All three of us
actually-
fishing together.
I caught a fish so big the picture weighed 6 pounds. I had to get the wall reinforced, get my real.
That is what they call a fish story.
I did.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Way to go, Joe Theismann. Or wait, no, he's Joe Theismann.
Dwayne,
But he was in a no-win
you gotta
situation.
deliver.
Skip.
No.
He had to say
You
yes.
should have gone Shannon Sharp and just said, no. No.
No, he didn't ask for your advice before that
No,
one.
he did not.
We're going on to Kevin Durant. Is he about to pass LeBron as an all-time great? We'll discuss that with Eddie House next.